Welcome to Let's Talk with Robert Asencio and my co-host for this series, Larisa Svechin, the former mayor of the city of Sunny Isles, Florida. Today we have a special episode because it is so important for us to continue our conversations and getting the information out of Florida to Ukraine. Today we in our studio we have some guests, and also virtually we have some guests directly from the city of Kharkiv in Ukraine. Larisa, you want to introduce our guests, and welcome again.
Thank you.
This is an ongoing story continuing to develop, and the Russian Federation continues to attack the Ukrainian people. The Ukrainian people, in a historic manner, and harrowing way, continue to defend their city and the democracy that they have fought and that they deserve for.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go into this, I wanted to point something out. So we know that on February 24th of 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine, right? That was roughly 76 days ago. And if you're looking at hours, it's roughly 1,824 hours ago. But really, this saga started long before. We know that in 2014, Russia invaded also Ukraine, the area of Crimea. And that was roughly 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, Russia brutalized Ukraine between the 30s and the 1940s, I believe 1945, where we talked about it briefly. But just to put this into perspective, these people are fighting for their freedom. They're fighting for their lands. And some of them are actually here in Miami. So, Larisa, I want to take it away and kind of introduce and kind of set up the team of today's show.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you for having me back. And, you mentioned this ongoing story. I'm sure most of us would want it to end, obviously,
Yes.
but it's not ending. And with me today is Olga, who I met now, I guess it's been 2 months. Her and her family fled Kharkiv to Sunny Isles Beach. And the way that we met is I was helping get the kids registered for school. She's got an amazing story, amazing family. And I would love for her just to talk about what she's gone through.
Absolutely. Let's give Olga her due. But before we do that,
Mm-hmm.
I know that you've been involved in raising money and helping the children, right?
Yes.
The children to be able to go to summer camp. Guys, if anybody's out there and you want to help, you can't go to Ukraine to help and you can't really send much. We have our need. We have people, these citizens of Ukraine who are now here. We're helping them, and yet their children need help. Why don't you tell them about that?
Sure.
How they can help?
Right. So we've been raising money to send the kids to summer camp. It's through the Sunny Isles Beach Children's Fund, and it could be found on Facebook. That's where our fundraiser is. I'm going to be updating it with the exact amount that we need based on the amount of kids that we know.
Do you have a goal?
Well, our goal right now is $10,000.
Guys, $10,000.
So,
come on, man.
It's not a lot. It really
No.
is not a lot considering the sort of resources we have, certainly in Sunny Isles Beach, but all across Miami and Florida and really everywhere, the people that want to help. So even $5 donation does really go a long way, because if we all
You have my donation.
Okay.
I'm in.
More than 5 though.
Yes. Let's give 100.
Yes. Okay. Great. Thank you.
So please, can we have some matches? Somebody
Yes.
out there, please give them the site again. So
Sure. It's Sunny Isles Beach Children's Fund.
Outstanding. So you want to introduce Olga?
Sure, of course. So this is Olga. She's an amazing, amazing woman. She's an entrepreneur. She's a business owner. And now she's found herself in a situation where she's, like so many of us that came to South Florida, is a refugee, an immigrant.
The most important thing is that we know that, there's some bad refugees, people but that's a very, very small percentage of people that come to this country and take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But most people who come to this country and we give them a hand to stand up, lift themselves up, they're business people, they will do well.
Absolutely.
She's got an excellent story. And she came from Kharkiv.
Mm-hmm. Kharkiv.
So you want to?
Yeah, sure. Hi. Ольга, привет. Спасибо большое,
Да.
что ты здесь.
Larisa will translate.
Расскажи нам, пожалуйста, когда ты приехала, и куда, откуда, с кем. And I just tell us a little bit about yourself, when you arrived, who you came with, what you left.
Прошу вибачення у всіх наших громадян, що я буду спілкуватися російською. Ларисі так зручно. Ми із Харкова, моя сім'я 3 детей, муж, мы из Харькова.
We're from Kharkiv.
Uh,
We're 3 children and my husband.
До начала войны, до 24 числа, каждый житель нашей страны, практически каждый житель нашей страны, не верил до последнего, что может начаться война.
Prior to February 24th, really every single person that lived in Ukraine did not believe that there was going to be a war, really until the last moment.
24 числа рано утром, в 5 часов утра, меня разбудила наша средняя дочь от того, что в Харькове начались взрывы. Их было очень много, было очень темно, и небо все сверкало, были страшные звуки, и было ощущение, что с неба прямо летят искры, как от костра.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, their middle child woke them up to the sound of bombs, and it was very dark, but outside it looked like, now I can't even say it in English, sparks from a fire.
Like fireworks.
Like fireworks, but it was more like from an actual, like from a wood burning fire. Just sparks
Embers?
everywhere. Embers, yes. It was very, very scary, obviously.
Мы прожили дома в паркинге 7 дней. Ночевали только в машине, только внизу на -2 этаже.
They for 7 days they lived out of their car in the parking garage.
У нас очень много сотрудников, уже говорила, Лариса еще не говорила, но у нас предприятие по производству бумажной упаковки, стаканов, коробок для пиц, ланчбоксов из бумаги. И у нас работало около 100 сотрудников до войны.
So we had a company, a factory making paper products, to-go boxes, lunch boxes, and we had over 100 people prior to the war working for us.
С начала войны некоторые люди смогли уехать. У кого-то были укрытия в виде хорошего подвала, либо люди спускались в метро или бомбоубежище. Но было несколько сотрудников, несколько семей сотрудников с маленькими детьми, которым спрятаться было негде. И я их тоже позвала к себе в паркинг. Мы жили 20 человек, нас было, из которых было 11 маленьких детей.
So most of the people that worked for them were able to find refuge or were able to relocate to bomb shelters or to the subway, but there was a number of families that were not able to. So сколько было семей?
Было 5 семей.
Five families with 11 children, and they all lived together with them in this sort of parking garage.
После на 6-й день, когда война продолжалась на краю города, в области, на 6-й день начали лететь ракеты прямо в центр города на объекты жилые, на дома, на больницы, на училища, на госпитали, в парке. Начали падать ракеты в город. И стало очень-очень страшно, что взрывается возле твоего дома.
On the 6th day, they started bombing the areas where people actually lived. So schools, hospitals, colleges, right next to where they were.
So these are stories, just to put things into context. You see it in the news. She's telling a story of what she experienced. And she's now in our community. How are her children doing? How is her family doing?
Как дети сейчас?
Сейчас, спустя 2 месяца, как мы живем у друзей в Майами, дети реабилитировались. Они очень сильно скучают и хотят домой, хотят к своим друзьям, хотят в свою привычную жизнь. Но здесь нас хорошо приняли. Спасибо огромное нашим друзьям, Ларисе, всем ребятам, которые нам помогают адаптироваться, помочь заполнить документы нам помогли, устроиться в школу, подать заявку на работу, на временное пребывание здесь, потому что вернуться нам просто некуда.
So the kids are doing much better. It's been 2 months, so they've gotten used to things, but obviously they miss home. They want to go back to their normal life.
Mhm.
But she's very grateful that they've gotten a lot of assistance they're staying with friends, and the way that the community has really embraced them and helped them register for school, fill out paperwork to get permits to be able to work and start making money. So they're better, but they certainly want to go home.
Guys, this is why we brought Oregon to be able to put context to what's really happening. You know, we can go back to the history of Ukraine. These are peaceful people that, since they had the liberation, if you will, from the former USSR, they built a country. You have Olga, who is a enterprising businesswoman, her family, they employed people, and yet for no reason or for no civil reason, they're victimized once again in the history of time. This is just unforgivable. What else can you tell us?
Well, I think that it's a testament to the human spirit and what
Yes.
people need to do in order to survive and protect their families and protect their sovereignty in their land. And so, meeting someone like her is so inspirational, because this is someone that is not just giving up and saying, "Oh, poor me." The fact we're driving over here and she's telling me about all the things she's planning to do and how she needs to, hire people and how she's going to start her business here. This is really, it's incredible.
Yeah.
These are the kind of immigrant stories that this country was really
Truly the American
built on.
story.
Yeah. And the friends that she has that are still in Kharkov that are now previously people in the entertainment industry that are now officers in the military. You speak to them, you would think that this is what they've done their entire lives.
And I know you have them online.
Yes,
So would
yes.
you like to bring them on?
Sure.
Can we?
Yes.
Olga, is that
absolutely.
fine?
No.
Andres, in our production, our producer today, do you think we can cue them in?
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here and joining us. You want to go ahead and take it away?
Yes, certainly. Hi, everyone. I'll speak to them in Russian and then they'll speak in English. Добрый день, вечер у вас. Скажите, пожалуйста, вы можете сказать, как вас зовут? Я знаю только имя и вообще какая у вас должность была и какой сейчас?
Okay. Answer on English only for Russian.
English if possible.
Okay. My name is Vadim. I am solder. I am solder for connection between commanders. It's my task. He is Yulia. He responsible about technical, about support technical. He is Denis. He help us with technology. We work with connection between our commander and between our command. She is empathy. She work with psychical status our soldiers.
До войны.
Okay. I was a developer. I was before. Other, if I remember, they was soldier before. I was mobilization. They regular army.
А если еще говорить до того, как, если говорить до войны, которая началась еще 8 лет назад, то я в обычной гражданской жизни, я закончила театральный Харьковский институт, и в обычной жизни вообще я была до войны актрисой.
Okay, if you say it about time before 8 years before, she was actor and she had this profession. And she worked by this job.
Юля?
So this is an army of civilians, people, everyday people that became soldiers, are forced to fight for the country.
Которые остались в Харькове и которые ушли защищать Украину еще 8 лет назад, многие из них. Кто-то не так давно, а кто-то 8 лет назад. И Алла, моя хорошая подруга, которая сидит возле флага сзади, она актриса, действительно, она актриса, и уже 8 лет она служит в армии. В 2014 году, когда был Донецк и Луганск, когда началась у нас война и отобрали у нас Крым, ребята выбрали такую гражданскую позицию, они ушли в армию из обычных людей, из обычных.
So these are her friends that and Allah's her very good friend. I believe it's Allah's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Алла,
I'm sure it's better condition.
з днем народження.
And at the beginning of the war 8 years ago, the three of them left their civilian life to go serve their country.
So what can they tell the people who are going to view this? By the way, subscribe to the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and like and share this video. Please, we need to get their stories out. So what's going on in Kharkiv right now in their general area as far as the combat zone and the aggression from the Federation Army?
Что вы можете нам рассказать сейчас, что происходит в Харькове, и что вы видите насчет Русской Федерации и войска? Ну, вообще, что вы можете нам рассказать, пожалуйста?
Ну, из немногого, сейчас ввиду того, что у нас ведутся наступательные бои, мы не можем много вам рассказать.
Да, мы знаем. They can't really tell us.
We can't say everything because it's now we have war situation and more information is secret.
Но сейчас, благодаря нашим контрнаступлениям, перестали так сильно обстреливать артиллерией город, как раньше. Буквально это неделю произошло.
Okay, we have fights and we return part space, and now we have more quiet position at our city.
It's about a week. It's been a week since they've been able to.
Да. Война не сменилась в активную фазу, и у нас регулярно, почти каждый день, если поделить так дни, мы хотя бы одну воздушную цель уничтожаем. То есть они постоянно прилетают к нам. Да.
But every day we fight, and for example, one day we destroyed some drone or something like some cool it's air. It's fight isn't end.
So every day they're taking down at least something from the sky, whether it be a drone or an actual plane. This is on a regular basis.
The resistance forces.
Yes, every day they personally are.
It's amazing. These are everyday people that have been forced to become soldiers, defend, again, I can't say it enough, defend their lands. And like we said last time, Ukraine is so vital to the world, if nothing else, for the grain, let alone the oil, let alone the resources like Olga's company, we have a former actress, we have contractors. Oh my God. What would they like to tell the world, get out to the public that hasn't been said, what message would they want to convey?
Что бы вы хотели передать нам здесь, которые в Майами и вообще в Америке, в мире, что мы здесь, может быть, не знаем и не видим?
Я думаю, что самый основной посыл этой войны должен заключаться в том, что, к нашему большому сожалению, нашему соседу России нельзя верить ни в какой сфере. И вы должны это, там живущие, тоже запомнить. Если Россия что-то вам пообещала, то и вы в это поверите, случится как с нами. 24 числа, так и у вас когда-нибудь вы проснетесь и поймете, что вас обманули. И у вас хотят что-то отобрать.
И время отмотать назад нельзя.
So they want to say that regrettably their neighbor, the Russian Federation, cannot be trusted. And if anyone in the world needs to know this, is that whatever they say they promise they're going to do, they're not going to do. And just like with them on the 24th of February, everything changed and they were attacked. This could happen to anyone.
I know that last week we had a guest who mentioned aptly that Ukraine is now the filter, if you will, the protection zone for the Eastern Bloc of Europe.
The Western
right?
Europe.
I'm
right.
sorry, the correction, the Western part of Europe.
Right.
So they are the defense zone for the rest of Europe and probably NATO. So what else can they say? I mean, what do we add? It's like almost speechless.
А скажите, пожалуйста, что вы думаете будет дальше? Как вообще мы можем здесь помочь? Получаете ли вы вот эту помощь, которую мы слышим, мы должны быть, получаете? Какая у вас вообще обстановка? Что мы можем сделать?
Ну, понятное дело, что если говорить о борьбе с таким большим противником, понятное дело, что мы нуждаемся в помощи. Мы уже получаем от Соединенных Штатов, от Германии и Англии, другой части Европы, получаем и амуницию, в частности бронежилетами, они помогают касками, также помогают оружием. Большое спасибо за поставленное вооружение. Это очень много для нас значит, это помогает нам в сопротивлении и выбивании противника с нашей территории.
So they're actually the same as last time. They want to say thank you to the United States, Germany, the United Kingdom. They're getting a lot of help with ammunition, with various supplies that are absolutely necessary, with artillery, all those things that we hear about. They are getting it, and they understand that it's absolutely necessary and appreciated.
And that brings me to a point, because we know that, our aid has to be approved by Congress, right? Those are elected leaders that are in Washington, D.C. And we know that amongst our elected leaders, there's some who are resistant to going along with the additional aid. But this is proof that what we're doing is helping people defend themselves. Is there a message that they want to send directly to our elected leaders, our president, who hopefully will by chance see this video?
Что бы вы хотели сказать нашему президенту, люди, которые здесь местные, которые мэры и могут сделать эти решения, если бы они вас слышали, что бы вы хотели передать?
Мы бы хотели попросить их то, чего не хватало нам перед войной, это определенно. У вас, в частности, ваша военная промышленность имеет возможность организовать защищенную связь, защищенные способы передачи данных. Также нам, помимо связи, понятно, мы очень смотрим в направлении НАТО, коммуникации, обучения и так далее, что поможет нам организовать настолько удобную практичную работу, которая не может прослушивать противник, в частности, если мы говорим о связи, которая не может угадать противник наших действий, потому что мы не будем действовать по кальке Советского Союза, так как учили до этого.
Хочешь, я сделаю короче сейчас тебе?
Да, давай, скажи короче.
Мы очень благодарны за всю помощь, которая приходит нам в Украину. Она действительно приходит, доходит. Ребята в относительной безопасности, по крайней мере, даже своего же тела. У нас действительно стало появляться хорошее оружие. Наши ребята просят, единственное, чего не хватает на передовой, откуда мои друзья, это мои друзья из Харькова, им не хватает средств связи. Мы сделали фонд благотворительный, чтобы собрать деньги на рации, которые позволяют общаться между собой, секретно общаться между собой. Ведь мы все прекрасно понимаем, что каждый день связь очень-очень важна. Один день останьтесь без телефона и не знаете, как ваши родные, как ваши близкие, как ваши дети, как ваши дела происходят. И вы поймете, насколько важна связь, особенно на фронте, особенно на передовой, особенно когда от двух слов может зависеть жизнь большого количества людей, и передача вовремя информации для нас является, наверное, сейчас уже после закрытия всех потребностей самой важной.
So she was just repeating again what they said about they are very grateful about all the things that they're getting, specifically that's literally protecting themselves, the jackets and everything. But what's most important to them right now is the ability to have a communication that is not being intercepted by the Russian Federation, so that they have that communication. And Olia said that imagine not even having your phone just for one day, not being able to have that communication. It could be where they are, the difference between life and death, and that is what they are currently missing. It's that I don't know if you call it a secret.
Comms, encrypted encryption.
Encryption, yeah. I mean, you obviously know better than I do about that, and that is what is lacking. That is what is vital to them right now.
Have they made requests?
Well, this is part of the fund that Olga started, is to help them be able to purchase this sort of thing, where they are.
Okay. Any military suppliers?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk.
Right.
So I know the story can go on and on and on, but we have this ongoing series. We'd love to continue the conversation. We want to continue the conversation. We know that, the Russian Federation continues to encroach and expand and spread throughout the Ukrainian country. I know that last night, there's reports of Russia utilizing a hypersonic missile to attack. I believe it was the city of Odessa. It's these people who stand between, those forces taking over a country. They need our help. I can't say it enough. But can we continue this conversation?
Mm-hmm.
I know we only have limited time, but there's so much more to do. Maybe we can certainly want to talk to Olga offline to be able to see what we can do to help. I love your company to succeed in America. Maybe we can have your company succeed in here and in your country once it's free.
Mm-hmm.
To all of you, the team that's in Kharkiv, man, I don't know what to say other than please be safe and continue the fight. We're behind you. We pray for your safety and that of your families and that of your people.
Вы поняли ли перевести? Да. Да, спасибо большое, что я знаю, это очень опасно, и что вы согласились с нами поговорить, и желательно, если будет еще возможность вернуться и рассказать нам вообще, как там у вас все происходит, и удачи вам, конечно, мы каждый день о вас думаем и хотим помочь, как мы можем.
Thank you very much.
So we'd love to continue to talk. We're limited by time, so we're going to let you guys go. Please be safe. So what do you think? I mean, that was impactful.
Right, it's very impactful. And I spoke to them when we first met. So that was... Сколько это было уже, когда мы первый раз с ними поговорили?
Наверное, около 40 дней, наверное. Была война, это было где-то около 40-го дня.
So the 40th day of the war, we spoke to them.
Сегодня 76-й день.
Yeah, and today's 76th day. So yeah, they're really an amazing group of people, and you could just tell, you would never imagine that the kind of horror that they're going through. They've got this energy and this uplifted spirit.
It's pride, which is what America was founded on, right? The American pride.
Yes.
Pride of country. So we're going to continue the conversation. We have to sadly end it here. You want to close it out?
Yeah,
Any closing words?
I want to say thank you to Miami Community Newspapers to give this platform. Thank you for continuing to have interest in this story. I so appreciate Olga coming, to share. I know that it's very, very hard. Every time she starts telling her story, I can see how it's emotional. It's re-traumatizing, and the fact that they are so patient and willing to share is really what's keeping the story alive, and we have to keep this alive because, as we know, regrettably, if it's not on the news, people start forgetting about it.
So I know we're getting some YouTube views, and I know we're getting some limited views on Facebook. But look, guys, this is about sharing the story. Please subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel, but also share. We need to get these people's stories out. I think the atrocities of the past are not well known. One, because people forget, but the other part of this is it was a different era. We live in the era of technology and digital age where we can share the stories. I mean, we just had an interview with people that are halfway across the world in a combat zone. some will call them kill zones. But the point is that they are targets, but yet they want willing to come out and give their story. And I think we owe it to them to make sure that their story continues to get out.
Well, they're risking their life.
Yes, they are.
The fact that they just said that they need the ability to have secret communications or encrypted communications, and yet they're willing to put themselves out there and have a conversation with us. It's profound. It really is. Think about what that means for them versus, your daily life.
Yeah. Think about that. On that note, this has been another special episode of Let's Talk with Robert Asencio and Larisa Svechin. Olga, thank you. To the Miami Community News team, Michael, Grant Miller, the team behind the scenes, Andres, our producer, we can't thank you enough. To you, the public who will view this video, we also thank you. Please, again, subscribe, share. And until the next time, this has been Robert Asencio. Take care.